Hello, everyone. In today's busy life, multitasking, which means doing a lot of work at the same time, is something we all do. Many people do it out of compulsion because they are short of time and have too much work. Many people do it because they lack patience and cannot concentrate on one thing at a time. They want to do many things at a time. Similarly, planets also have many responsibilities. So they also multitask. During a planet's period, it operates on multiple levels. It gives results based on its significations, its looking field, in which zodiac or sign it is, its strength, and how the planet functions along with its significations. We also consider where the planet is placed, its relationships, and which houses or aspects the planet is influencing, and which planets are aspecting it. The planet considers the qualities, characteristics, or nature of the planets receiving its aspect. While multitasking, one task usually takes our maximum focus. 60 to 70% of our concentration is there while doing other tasks. While working, the planet takes into account the qualities, characteristics, or nature of the planet that is receiving its aspects. But you must have noticed one thing. While multitasking among the 2 or 3 tasks, there will definitely be one task that takes up our maximum focus. About 60 to 70% of our concentration will be there, while we are doing the other 2 tasks on the side. I am just not able to concentrate on this thing right now. Similarly, when a planet's period comes, we divide that period into 3 parts. For example, if the time period of Chandra moon is running, we split it into 3 parts. The moon's time period is 10 years. So we divide it into 3 years and a few months, then another 3 years and a few months, and so on. The planet will also pay attention to which part it needs to concentrate on more, regarding which matters. This will be my area of concern. I'm not saying at all that a planet won't do its other work. If someone's moon is in a certain position and it's aspecting the 7th house, and as soon as the moon came, you got married, and you're saying that you mentioned the moon wouldn't give results for its aspect, I just want to say that the planet focuses more at certain times. So when you are reading a planetary period, your focus should be on where the planet's attention is. Let's start. The planets are saying, my time, my life, my rules, my time has come, so I will work according to my rules. We do need to multitask, but let's work in a more organized and sorted way. As I mentioned earlier, planets operate on 3 levels. During their periods, what their natural significations are, what their dignity is, whether they are strong or weak, and in the birth chart as well, we look at the feel of the planet, whether it is in an enemy sign, exalted, or debilitated. This is among tasks of the planet. What is the placement of the planet and its lordship? For example, if we talk about Capricorn rising and it's Saturn's time period, then Saturn rules the 1st and 2nd houses. And let's say if it's placed in the 4th house, then it gives results for the 1st, 2nd, and 4th houses. All right. Then we talk about aspects, which planets are aspecting, which houses and lords, and they also give results for those. The focus of our concentration, which is the main focus of making this video, is where the main focus or aspect of the planet lies, which is about 60 to 70%. To understand the concentration of planets, we will divide them into 2 categories. One is natural benefic, and the other is natural malefic planets. For example, the Moon, Mercury, and Jupiter are considered natural benefic planets. Among these, we need to see whether the Moon is in a favorable position or not, and with whom Mercury is associated. Now, Mercury is always with the Sun. Just note that natural malefic planets are only cruel planets, so don't categorize Mercury as malefic just because it's with the Sun. Look at how much association it has with malefics, with whom it's tightly associated, and we'll consider the Moon's position. So what is the working style of natural benefics? Results from placement, lordship, then from significations, field, because they come straight to the point about what they need to do. Then they give results based on their natural significations and the feel of the field. And lastly, they provide results based on their aspects, especially for natural malefic planets. Like Saturn, Mars, Rahu, and Ketu. First of all, they provide the product that indicates what my natural signification is, how I am feeling. After that, their placement and lordship, and lastly, the aspects of the planet can be either natural benefic or malefic. The results or focus of those aspects come to their attention last. For example, if it's Saturn's time period, then during the last part of Saturn's Dasha, the focus of the planet will shift to expecting more. Let's understand with an example chart. According to this example chart, now we will understand the Saturn time period. First of all, the country, the character, the time. This is the lady's chart. When her Saturn time period came, she was going to college, meaning she was in a learning mode. Saturn has a long period of 19 years. So during this time, you will go to college, work a job, get married, and have children. So Saturn has taken what's the prime time of your life. Now we need to divide the 19 years into 3 parts. So I have 6 years and 3 months. They will come now, the first 6 years and 3 months. We talked about how Saturn will give results based on its strength, weakness, location, feel, and significator elements. Saturn is a significator of karma. It teaches lessons and brings hardships. They are in second house enemy sign. Although we didn't discuss placement and lordship, we will also take that side by side, focusing on what is actually wanted to be done, as it is a significator of karma. They will teach us hard lessons. Saturn is the significator of karma. So she was working at that time, but now Saturn is sitting in the second house of the enemy sign. So it can show differences of opinion or boredom within the family. But Saturn is also in the fire element sign in D1 and in D9 as well. They have gone into Sagittarius, which is the 5th and 9th sign of the Kalpurush. Both show learning, both are fire element signs. So when you are placed and the Dasha comes with this placement in fire element signs, this is always on the go, meaning that stopping or pausing is not liked by fire. Fire takes charge, brings responsibility. Responsibility is something Saturn likes as well. But Saturn does not prefer to be on the go, whether it likes it or not. Fire element signs will make them associate with the chapter of their life. The moon is associated with singing, and Jupiter shows classical things, and this association is happening in the second house. During that time, they opted for classical singing, and they sing very well, especially bhajans, which again reflects Jupiter, and Jupiter is also the lord of the 9th house in detail. Saturn is placed in Taurus, which falls in the 11th house in D1 and is associated with Venus, who is also the lord of the 11th house and a friend of Saturn. Saturn feels very happy in the sign of Taurus. So, regarding karma and work, the first 6 years of this time period were very good for them, where money came through their own hard work, and they were working in a bank. Now let's talk about the second phase, when Saturn will give more results based on its placement and lordship, as it is sitting in the second house with the lords of the 7th and 8th houses. It is a separative planet, and also a lot. They got married at that time because it is the 7th lord, which indicates separation from the family. You must have noticed that the association of Saturn is with Shastesh, and he is also Bhagesh, and Lagnesh, and Saptamesh are in the same Saptak and are forming a relationship with each other. Jupiter binds us, aiding growth, but differences over losses led to separate homes. Jupiter's dual role, Saturn on marriage and in-laws. There were differing opinions on losses, resulting in a separate home. Saturn focused on marriage and in-laws. Saturn's results were based on its aspects. Jupiter had dual roles. Saturn initially focused on marriage. In the last 6 years, it influenced the 4th, 8th, and 11th houses positively. Benefits included moving home and... Now let's talk about the last stage. In the last 6 years, Saturn has mostly been giving results based on its aspects. Saturn is looking at the 4th house, the 8th house, and the 11th house. I would say that Saturn will do well in the 4th and 11th houses because the 4th and 11th houses are the houses of its friends and its own house. Or I could say that it is a benefic planet looking at these houses, so it won't do badly. Generally, when any planet has a relationship with a house or its lord, it doesn't spoil that house. However, since it is not a friend of the ascendant, the events related to the 4th and 11th houses may not seem beneficial in the long run. For the time being, on a temporary basis, it may feel good. During that time, they shifted to their home because Saturn is looking at the 4th house. Money is coming in by investing in gold because Saturn is sitting in the 2nd house with Jupiter, who is the significator of gold. But when Saturn as the Lord looks at the moon during certain planetary periods, then obviously you feel stressed because of losses and you feel pressured. So in this way, you should definitely see during which time period Saturn is focusing more. Let's take an example. I will pause here for a minute because many people say that South Indian charts are easier for us to understand. Comparing this to North Indian charts, you can apply the same principles to this chart. Now let's talk about the time period of Jupiter in this chart. Jupiter is a natural benefic planet. So first, it has to give the results of its lordship and placement. After that, look at the natural significations and feel of Jupiter, and then speculate. It's presenting the first phase of Jupiter. And my question was, how do you feel about the upcoming time period of Jupiter's Dashas? This thought came to my mind that we should think in this way too, and it should be given importance. At what stage of your life should I talk about which aspect of Jupiter? So be careful and try to be a businesswoman. She is unmarried. Right now, she is looking out for guys. Since Jupiter is a natural benefic planet, it will first give the results of its placement and lordship. Jupiter is the 4th lord. Jupiter is in the 1st lord and is in the 12th house. She gives on traveling, spends a lot whenever she goes abroad, and is thinking of settling down abroad. Among all the proposals she receives, she often thinks that it would be better to marry someone who is settled outside of India. Now, when the second phase comes, if it is a period scene, then if I divide 16 by 3, then 5, 3 will be the stage. Now, it is in the first phase. In phase 2, assess Jupiter's strength and weaknesses. Jupiter in Scorpio suggests stronger influences affecting decisions. Confusion may arise. What should I do? Going abroad might feel unsettling. Jupiter moved to Libra, an enemy, but gentle sign, transitioning from cruel to gentle, not yielding harsh results. Even if you go abroad immediately, you might still feel unsettled there. Jupiter is now in Libra, a gentle enemy sign. Enhance business with knowledge, with Rahu. Avoid disputes with your husband. Now, going to Libra, I can say that it is good for business, that your work will grow. At certain times, you will use your knowledge and information to grow your business. And by superposting the connection of Jupiter with the 11th house and planets like Rahu will be beneficial for work. However, Jupiter is also a significator of the husband. When I talk about its significations, if it is placed in Libra with Rahu, I would definitely say that during that time, pay attention to your relationship with your husband. There should be no difference of opinion, no disputes, and no misunderstandings between you two, as it is also the 12th from itself. The last phase of Jupiter will be on the 5-3 stage. At that time, one will expect the 4th house, will expect 6, 8, and will expect many planets, which are Satan, Mati. This is the time when she will really think about settling down, whether she wants to stay abroad or not. Whenever your 4th lord is in Capricorn and there is a Capricorn planet in the 4th house, your settlement really becomes difficult, making it hard to stay in one place. Both slow-moving planets, whether it's Saturn or Jupiter, signify stability in life. Their retrogression also indicates a lack of stability. Additionally, when the moon, which is the 8th lord, enters the 10th house, it often doesn't bode well for work. Along with that, Mars, which is the 5th lord, is also a significator for this lagna. There is no exchange between the 9th and 10th lord. It's always a protective exchange with the bad house. It might cause some trouble at first, but in the long run, it's like a contract where both planets don't harm each other's houses too much. However, the moon's placement in the 10th house shows some ups and downs in work, which is why she remains troubled. So I was saying that Jupiter's aspect will start bringing results for the houses it influences. In the 12th house, we sometimes talk about the difference between conjunction and aspect. So, at that time, when maximum things will be happening in your life, the Lagna Lord is alone in the 12th house, and their associations are formed with someone. So, you can isolate the first part of your Jupiter period. As soon as Jupiter's last phase comes, you will have a lot of things happening, a lot of transformations occurring, which will be related to work-related houses and transformations. So the whole idea of this video was to tell you that you should definitely check where the major focus of the planet is during that time period, so that you can tell when you will feel the most results of the aspects. I hope you enjoyed this video on analyzing the results of planetary periods. Thank you so much.